Canada really, really hates Drake.
Well, after a 3-hour concert, Kendrick fans still had energy and they shut down the restaurant.
What up, world? Your boy Charles Brown back again talking facts. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit that notification bell. Keep sending those cash apps to CLBMG. Gang, listen, join the membership. If you were a rapper and you lived in a place that you grew up in, that you represent for the last 15 years, that you have done all kinds of good deeds, allegedly, around that city, and these people hold you in the highest regard, and that same city was screaming the worst record of your entire career, not once, but begged to hear it twice, I would venture to say that that city does not like you very much. I'm just going to be honest. They don't like this guy, gang. And I've been watching a whole bunch of things and different little narratives, and it's all over the place. They don't like this guy whatsoever. They couldn't even get a little rally. They was offering pizza and OVO hoodies to get a little team of people to go and stand in front of Kenny's concert and say, yo, this is awful. We want Drake. Drake is the God, right? They couldn't even do that, right, gang? It looks crazy pathetic with fans like these who needs enemies. I'm just going to be honest. But listen, K. Dot and SZA put on another amazing show. I told you, I loved it when I went. Floor seats and all that good shit like that there. Amazing night. If you can catch the show, do it. Do what you got to do. Make sure you don't sell no kidney or nothing. But listen, get in there, make that happen. But apparently, the show that we all been waiting for, that Toronto show, oh boy. Oh boy. They've been trying all week talking about the tickets. It's $20, $30. The tickets ain't selling out. He better not come here top 5. He turning knobs in hotels like, yo, if I catch him, it's on, da-da-da-da. Right? With the blimey, right? But he did that show without a hitch. They spiraling, gang. They looking like they looking like they lost their puppy, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. These dudes are making these one-off videos and the other Canadians are walking past them like, bro, get a life. I'm telling you, the sentiment is probably, I'm just going to go 5,000 to 1. For every 5,000 Canadians, one of them is mad about this. I'm just going to be honest. It's looking crazy, gang. They went to the New Ho King, the restaurant, right? Shut it down, not like us. Or listen, if you think this man had any love in this city, it's gone. There ain't never been a battle like this. And one of the YouTubers, I think it was either Jalopy or it was either Fantastic Hip Hop, they said something that I might have to explore. I might have to really look into. Is not like us the best diss record in history. I'm just going to be honest. After this, and I know we all say that we got a whole top 5, top 10 diss records, but gang, after the way this went down, this dude went to this dude's hometown. He did a stadium that this dude ain't never done in his life. This dude been in that stadium, been in that city for years. He been the top dog done dada for as long as you can count. And this dude never did the stadium. Kendrick did it, and he's doing it twice. He sold it out for 2 nights. And the crowd is going crazy, asking him, begging him to do Not Like Us again. Right? Chanting this guy's name. Now, you tell me that they love this guy, Mr. I Study Battle Raps for a living? I don't think they like you no more, gang. I'm just going to be honest. We're going to have a conversation because it ain't looking too good. I'm looking at the footage. Listen, that whole stadium is rocking, and academics ain't even show up. That was the safest one he could go to. He goes to Detroit, sneaks in, sneaks out, right? Still get confronted, right? I got a bunch of videos coming, but listen, gang, these dudes, Canada, the ones that is rocking with them look really extremely goofy, but most of the city ain't rocking with them. And I want to read this article because I'm like, it's so much to unpack with this. I want to read this article just so we don't miss nothing. Because what I'm seeing is this guy got to go back to the drawing board. Not in your hometown. I got a video coming about Maul saying that he believes that they would boo Kendrick. He said they're gonna boo. He said I don't see Kendrick being able to perform in Toronto and not get booed. Right? Well, they didn't boo him, and it is a stadium, gang. It's not an arena. And the sound was pretty good, apparently. Like they try to say, oh, Drake doesn't do stadiums because the sound's bad. That's why he only does arenas, right? The narratives online, gang, you don't even understand. I have to do this stuff. I have to know these things just so I can go out here and just speak truth. I have to combat these weird narratives. But if I didn't have to, I wouldn't. But these narratives are crazy. They're coming up with all this stuff. Now they're trying to mock him for having a police escort, right? Now he's soft for having a police. You serious? Y'all really serious? Like, and I try to refrain, gang, out of everything that I do say. One thing I try to not say is OVO hoes, but y'all getting really close. I'm about to start calling y'all some OVO hoes, gang. This is crazy because I try to be respectful, but y'all crazy. Like, y'all talking wild. Now it's he went back and laid his head in New York because he didn't want to be in Canada. Are you serious? They love this guy. Then the new whole king. I saw some chick drop down to her knees, start doing a split, they doing all kind of dances in there. They doing a Dougie and everything else to not like us. They doing an impromptu rap session in there. They giving out free drinks in there. Like, gang, they want them to stay there. Top 5 up in the hotel turning knobs. Listen, it's crazy, gang. It's crazy. I want to talk about this because what we're seeing now has never been done before. And we may have just witnessed the greatest rap diss song in history. This guy's still breaking records. He's breaking records that regular other genres have not broken. I want to have this conversation because Canada is a slight. It's like a tizzy, but it's not for that way. It's the other way. It's for the guy from LA. They're not in a tizzy about this guy. I don't know if this guy ever really had any love there. They might have been excited that he was there, but I don't know. Like, you can't tell me that this place didn't. Be honest. When he first announced this tour, and you saw Toronto on there, be honest. You thought it was going to be different. Be honest. You didn't know what to expect. And I get a lot of Canadians in my comments, and they tell me all the time, we love Kendrick here. But be honest. Be honest. You didn't know what to expect. You didn't know it was going to be this crazy, right? You knew it was going to be crazy. We was talking about going up there. Me and the dudes from the What Show, me, Flizzy, and TJ, we was talking about going up there. We ended up not going, but we was thinking about it. But this crazy? Like, this crazy for this guy? It's next level. They chanting his name, begging for an encore. I don't think no city did that. And this is your city? They don't like you, gang. This whole thing, they don't like you. They don't like you at all. They've been holding this in for a while. This been something they've been thinking about for a minute, gang. Let me read this article because I want to talk about this because there's so much to unpack. Kendrick Lamar ignited the Rogers Center on Thursday, launching his Toronto leg of his tour amid a sizzling feud with Drake, and fans are in a frenzy. Yeah, gang, it's crazy. They got so much going on. Like, they try to stage a protest in front of the thing. First of all, the police said no. But the little ones the few that did come out there, it was so few of them, they had to dismantle the shit because it was like it wasn't even making no sense. They supposed to have pizza and all this stuff and didn't get nothing. Let me continue. Thursday marked the day of the Los Angeles rapper's 2-day Grand National Tour stop in the city. His first time back since his months-long riff with the Toronto entertainer Drake that started last year. Sharing the stage with alternative R&B singer SZA, the pair bounced off each other, performing around 50 of their best hits in total. See, and a lot of people on that side, really, I'm just gonna be honest. I think most of Drake's supporters are really just online. I don't think it's a lot in the real world like we like to think. They're so loud and just obnoxious online that we think it's a whole lot. Right? I know he got people that's going to listen to the music, this, that, and the third. But I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the pop records that's going to get spun because they pop records. I'm talking about die hard, boots on the ground, Drake supporters. I don't think it's as many as we think it is. But those people are trying to spin a narrative that show sold mostly because of SZA. Gang, they're spiraling, gang. It's crazy. It's crazy. They're saying that SZA was the catalyst for the ticket sale. Like, if you hear these narratives, gang, you would probably throw your phone against the wall. Me, I have to hear this nonsense. But since SZA's on it, now they're trying to paint it as if without her, there wouldn't have been no people in there, gang. It's weird. But let me continue. Recent chart toppers squabble up and TV off from his latest album GNX, as well as fan favorites like Backseat Freestyle and Humble made the cut on the extensive set list. You don't even be knowing how many songs. They're doing so many songs, you're not even able to count them. It's just, they're doing a lot of songs. This article just said 50, right? You wouldn't have thought it was 50 when you was in there. It doesn't feel like 50. It just feels like one cohesive show. He comes out, she comes out, he comes back out, she comes back out. Then they're out there together. It's like a whole thing, right? It's a great experience. Let me continue. But perhaps the most highly anticipated song Torontonians eagerly awaited was Lamar's Not Like Us, a scathing diss track toward Drake that accuses the rapper of being a pedo. The Compton rapper didn't hold back, and neither did his fans. Footage from the electrifying night shows attendees filling the stadium with savage lyrics trying to strike a chord that is probably a minor. Once he was finished, the crowd roared with a standing ovation for about 2 minutes, many of them screaming one more time. Imagine this. This is your city. And I don't know if you know, but the last time Kendrick was at this city in this stadium performing, well, I don't know if it was this stadium or not, but I know that wherever he was at, Drake was he had a suite. He was in a private box watching the show. So I don't know why he couldn't do that this time. He could have got a private box and watched the show. Academics said he was going there. I got 5 tickets. Academics allegedly had 5 tickets and he somehow opted out of going, whatever. But him and Drake could have chilled in the suite together and watched the show. It would have been all cool, gang. You would have been fine. But he already knows what this guy does and he knows how he gets down. He's a fan, gang. He's a 100% fan. Now imagine you're there and this crowd is like this. They thought that this was going to be some like half full arena out of loyalty. Gang, they have no loyalty for this man. They have no loyalty for this man. I think they got about 5 people in the protest that was supposed to be a protest. It was like maybe 20, I want to say, at best. They got footage of it. I'm going to see if I can find it and put it in there of the guys protesting out front of the stadium. And people like, bro, come on, bro. Seriously, grow up. Y'all silly right now. And it is silly. It don't make no sense. Like, I get it that you want to support your man, but you make it look worse when you go out there so weak. When you go out there so lame. It's like it make his movement look lame and weak, which it pretty much is at this point. Let me continue. Afterwards, many fans jump-started an impromptu after party at New Ho King. I don't know if y'all know what New Ho King is, but that's the Chinese restaurant that Kendrick name-dropped it in Euphoria, but that's the one that Drake allegedly got robbed in back in the day for, I think the guy took his chain or whatever, he took that out, and Drake admits, I got slime for my whatever. I think he had a watch, I'm sorry, and he admits, said da-da-da. It's whatever, anybody could get got, but that's the restaurant that they went, and then Kendrick went back. When the beef started, he went there, and they was eating, da-da-da, and he mentioned it, he said, I'll be up there with the blimey, Crody, da-da-da. So all of that, you already know that. So they all went they went into New Ho King and had a whole party. They going crazy up in there. Let me continue. The Spadina Avenue restaurant is also welcoming fans to pass by, reportedly offering a free first round of drinks when dining in. They're giving you your first drinks free because Kendrick, 1, is in the city, and 2, they don't like Drake either. They already got a dish named after Kendrick Lamar in there. They already had it since last year. You got to ask for it. It ain't on the menu. You got to ask for it, and it is some kind of chicken wing dish or something. I don't know what it is, but basically, they all in. They don't like this motherfucker either. Probably come back, get robbed again. They probably set it up. I'm just going to be honest. Let me keep this moving. Overall, fans are reveling in the night online. Many impressed that Lamar unapologetically trolled Drake on his own turf. And I got another video, like, is it time to let this go? Because that's the other narrative they got online. I want to discuss that, okay, what's the word here? Dragging it. He's dragging this beef, da-da-da. I say no, and I want to have a conversation, but I'm going to do it in another video. That's the other narrative. Yo, he's dragging this. If it wasn't for Drake, he wouldn't even be this popping, da-da-da. So it's so many narratives. It's so many coping mechanisms that they got going on. You can never address them all, because as soon as you knock down 2 or 3, they pop another one up. The other one, they had another one that just got debunked the other day. It's so many of them, gang. I don't even know where to begin, but that one I want to talk about that one, because is he dragging this beef? That's becoming it's steamrolling. It's getting steam. They're trying to make it into a thing, and I want to have that conversation. That's for another video. Overall, fans are reveling. This man really dissected Drake's soul and then danced on it in his own city, one ex-user said. Another ex-user said, Toronto sent a clear message to the boy. Kendrick won the battle. Game over. That's the crazy thing. Like, in my city, at least in my city, I don't think you're going to go to the Bay, right? And I believe where E40's at, I don't think you're going to go in E40 City and shut it down with a diss song against him, right? I don't think you're going to do that against like pretty much anybody. I'm damn sure I know Drake ain't going to go to no LA and do them records that he's doing. He's not going to do Family Matters and this, that, and the third. I don't see it happening. I know they're saying that Drake was just there last year. Drake just did shows in LA last year. I don't think it's going to be the same. I really just don't think it's going to be the same. I think he can go. Like nobody's stopping you. Nobody's threatening violence, right? But I don't think the reception going to be the same of doing Family Matters in LA. I don't think it's going to be. I really don't. I just think it's going to be different. I don't think you're going to really sell that out like you think. I think it's going to be a tough sale, right? The other narrative. There's a lot of white girls in here. Oh, it's nothing about white people. The narratives are crazy, gang. The DJ Academics page right now. If you go on that page right now, he got a post right now. Oh, it was. I think he said it was 85% white people. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, I don't understand. First of all, when you go to the shows, it's a very diverse crowd. There's no 85% of anything, but. Is that making it like what? They trying to make it like what? What does that mean? Even if it was 85%, he's like, see, I told you he don't have no fans. That's what? Well, it don't make no sense. I know what he's trying to say, but first of all, you're dumb because that's not what it is. But at the end of the day, the coping mechanisms that they're using, right? That DJ Academics page, he got about 15 posts trying to diss this show and diss this guy. Oh, he's soft. He got 25 cops around him. He's riding with the cops. He got 85% white fans. It's crazy. Mind you, the dude that runs the DJ Academics page is Asian. And I'm like, why are you Asian trying to disparage white people? To make it make sense. I don't understand it. I don't understand the narrative, what you're trying to say. But they're trying to say that he don't have no real fans that's really hood. I don't know what that means, how that correlates to selling out an arena. Right? You need fans of all kinds to sell out an arena, but they're coping really bad, gang. I'm just going to be honest. And it's Canada. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? What you expect to be in there? Make it make sense. Let me keep this moving. Many Torontonians are standing with Drake. They're saying, and this is the flip side of the article, taking Lamar's diss track as a personal attack on the city. Some rallied outside the stadium donning the Toronto rappers' OVO-branded T-shirts in protest. So they did that, but it wasn't that many. Okay? This article, this is from Toronto. This is the Now Toronto newspaper media outlet, and they're trying to keep it. And even they have to keep it a buck saying that this guy got creamed in his own city. But they're trying to report that there were people out there. They're trying to keep it balanced. It wasn't a lot of people out there in them hoodies, gang. I'm just going to be honest. And I also heard that a lot of them hoodies they were trying to sell, they lost their money, and they're trying to get their money back from the distributor, whoever was selling them wholesale, that they couldn't move the hoodies, allegedly. Okay, let me just put that out there. Let me keep this moving. Online, Drake supporters also stood on business and dragged anyone from the city who attended the show. Good luck, gang. I don't think the people that bought them tickets, they live in the real world. They're never seeing these tweets. They don't care what you're saying. They went to a great show to see an artist that they supported. That place was loud. It was rocking. They begged this guy to keep going. So I don't think these tweets on X really going to make no noise like you think. Let me keep this moving. Yeah, I did see some people dragging it like, we're from Toronto. Da, 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 da. It didn't matter, gang. Like you're like one, like I said, of 5,000. Every 5,000, you got one guy that's Team Drake. It just look crazy right now. It's just a bad look. This guy beat this guy so bad, he lost his whole city. City is not behind you, dog. It's just not. It's not there. I'm just gonna be honest. Let me keep this moving. Toronto switching up on Drake was really the last thing I expected. A comment on TikTok reads, really sad to see. I mean, how they switching up? They just went to a show, right? When he do a show, they might come out, right? Think about it. Who knows? Let me see. The city is a disgrace for real. Another person wrote, oh, yeah, man, they tight online. But like I said, it's not that many. Like you think it is, it's not that many. Let's say this. If X got 1 million people talking about this battle, I don't think it's 20,000 that's on this man's side. I'm just going to be honest. It ain't that many on his side. I see the numbers. I see this every day. I see this shit. It ain't that many rocking with him. I'm just going to be honest. It's a very low percentage. It's a very low percentage. It's not in the double digits. If you look at 100% of the people talking about this, it's probably 15% at best. It's not good. It's not good. That's rocking with him. I'm highballing. Like it's not like it's not good. They really don't like this guy. But let me keep this moving. In LA, they banned Drake, and y'all letting Kendrick and his fans diss us and have a show over here to laugh at us, another user on the platform, but because he doesn't have the je ne sais quoi. Like, the people are all set with this guy after hearing what they heard in this battle, after they hear him make a whole diss record and then gets creamed on the diss record, then apologize. Well, not apologize, but on the Hard Part 6, they heard him basically copping pleas and making excuses and bowing out. Then they see him do a lawsuit. They're like, this guy's lame. Listen, if I was from Toronto, I would be a Kendrick fan. I would be like, man, why would we ever support this guy again? He lost horribly and he's still making it worse. The only reason this thing is continuing because of the dumb shit he does. So it's like, this thing probably would have fizzled out had he not did the lawsuit, had he not he's still liking posts. He liked the post yesterday, right? About the post, the DJ Academics post about the cops. Drake, Champagne Poppy liked it. So he's still dragging this and doing silly shit. So they're like, gang, we can't get behind. What city gonna get behind a dude that look lame out here? Why would they do that? It don't make no sense. You're looking lame out here. It don't look good. So why would they support it? Make it make sense. Of course they're gonna go and ride with the dude that looked like he won, which he did win. And this dude ain't even giving him no music. I heard a song, they just dropped a song today, to Masa or something like that, and it's like, it's okay. Well, it ain't for me, but that's okay. If that's what y'all want to listen to, go for it. But at the end of the day, it ain't strong. It's not a good look. And these people are not going to just revert back to the nonsense when they see that this guy he not really built for this. And they like the other guy. This guy been there before. Kendrick been there mad times. Okay? This is a thing that you can like two people, but they're choosing to like this guy right now. All right? Let me keep this pushing. Drake fans were invited to attend an OVO takeover where supporters plan to blast the artist's music at the party outside the stadium, but the group says the event was canceled due to heightened police presence that shut it down. Yes, but just imagine if the police let y'all do that, right? Which it wasn't that many people even coming because they didn't have a lot of signups, they said. But let's imagine if the police let y'all do that. Y'all blasting music in front of the stadium. First of all, no one's allowed to do that, no matter what it is. You're not allowed to just come out there and blast loudspeakers in front. You're not doing that anyway. But imagine y'all do that and then some Kendrick fans start approaching y'all and then y'all get into a big-ass brawl and it's a 50-person brawl out there. Whose problem is that now? That's the police the problem. That's a safety hazard. They're not going to let you do that, right? The part about coming out there with blasting music and doing it, you're looking for trouble. And even the guys that they showed that was still out there, it wasn't even that many of them, but they was antagonizing people, this and that. So imagine if you get a bunch of that and you're blasting music, they're going to antagonize. It's going to start a brawl. So no, the police not going to let you do that. It's silly to think that they would. Let me continue. The tour continues on Friday night at the Rogers Center, kicking off at 7 p.m. And tickets, which have significantly dropped in price since the pre-sale, are still available for purchase. They love throwing that in there, but gang, nobody cares about that. The place is packed, right? People bought what they got, and them tickets that you talking about that sold, that dropped in price, they way up the top. And the simple fact of the matter is, if the Canadians or the Torontoans, right, didn't want to see it, you couldn't pay them to go there. So apparently, whatever price drop they got, people still wanted to go. So that thing right now, when you go to try to buy a ticket, it says your search cannot be, we can't provide any tickets of the search. So it's all sold out no matter what the price was. And everybody's worrying about price this, price that. It's irrelevant at this point because the place is packed. It's a stadium. It ain't no arena. And then Drake put up on his post, and then people are misinterpreted. He said, next up, he put a picture of Kendrick's show, and allegedly, right, according to X, right, he on his story on Instagram, he put next up, and it's a shot of Kendrick's show on stage. But I think that means he's going to do that stadium himself. Everybody else thinking that, oh, they again, they're coping. They're like, oh, Drake's showing love to this tiny, teeny artist. He always showing love. They're trying to be funny, got a tongue in cheek. No, I don't think it has nothing to do with him showing love or trying to embarrass Kendrick. He's trying to say, I'm going to do that same stadium next. I think that's what he's doing. I think that's what he's trying to say. He's getting bold after this European tour is supposedly, allegedly selling well, da-da-da. So now he's probably thinking like, I'm going to come back and I'm going to do the stadiums. I'm going to show the whole world. I don't think that's a good idea because America's a different beast right now and they're not jacking you like that. Yeah, you're going to get people, but it ain't going to be what you think. It ain't going to be, especially without no new music. I'm just going to be honest. All right, listen, I don't know, man. I've never seen nothing like this. I've never seen a fan base get this crazy for a guy that's against their guy. But I don't know if he ever really had these people like that anyway. It's just I don't see LA turning on Kendrick like this. So I don't know if he had Toronto like he thinks. I think it was a transactional thing where he would do stuff for the city or keep shouting the city out. But I don't think they really was like, yo, this is our guy. Because it would be more pushback. Like Maul said, he was supposed to get booed when he got there. And I got a video coming about that. But it's like, I don't see no booing. I see cheering. I didn't hear of no one getting beat up, nothing. It just, and I know Canada's a really nice place. I like Canada. I'll be back up there soon, right? Some of y'all can't get into Canada. I can get in there. But it's a really nice place. And you wouldn't expect no violence, but at the end of the day, you're not, all of this love that he's getting, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a massive amount of love. There's very little discourse. So they really like this guy. And they couldn't have really liked the other guy that much if it took one battle and one song to really make you don't like him at all. You really ain't like him at first in the first place. I'm just gonna be honest, right? The pop stuff and people went out for his pop shows, this and that, and the third. But I feel like that city, they wasn't feeling him anyway. That's the only thing that makes sense. It don't make no sense that they really is locked in with him, but they go to this show and it just don't make no sense, gang. That's it, man. I'm gonna move on because I don't. It's so much going on. I'm gonna be doing videos on this for. This gonna sell itself. These videos writing themselves, gang. Let me know what you think in the comments. CLBMG, man. Appreciate you. Listen, head on over to black-yeti.com. They ship all over the continental U.S. Let them know let them know who sent you. Let me know what you think about what you get. A lot of people going over there and tapping in. And telling them where they got it from, and I appreciate that. And also, they're the sponsors of the show. Also, every Wednesday night, we go live, 9:15. We talk about all kind of hip-hop, and we will be talking about this. All right, let me know what you think. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine.
Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.